Trying times are upon us, and we need to know what's happening. Knowing the truth is key to survival. There are lots of news events going on in the world that have certain significance to end-time happenings. Listen, as men and women gather to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy on the last 7 days. Uploaded as a podcast Wednesdays and run live every third Friday at 12 o'clock noon Central on GJRB. Imagine one day tuning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radio Land. A day of nothing but classic radio shows, back to back with classic commercials in between. Like the days of radio. Almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radio Land.
We all run a busy schedule, and maybe we don't have time to catch the Gary Russen program. Well, here's the solution. The best of the Gary Russen program, highlighting the most memorable parts of recent shows. Each podcast I will play clips of previous shows and talk about them. Watch for podcast uploads during the GJRB's podcast weekend on GJRB's public site on Spreaker, reflecting on the past memories of past shows. The best of the Gary Russen program on GJRB.
Suicide's increasing among the youth, and many of them playing suicide games. This has to stop. Parents, watch your kids, and if you feel there's something going on and they are considering suicide, please talk to them, help them. And if it seems hopeless, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. That number is 1-800-273-8255. They can help. It's free and confidential. Your call will be answered by a trained counselor in a local crisis center. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline can help.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I was sensitive to lights and sounds, so I built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. Sometimes I did the same things over and over, until one day I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
The weird, the strange, the bizarre. Way out fun, way out there. Another show coming soon on GJRB Online.
And we're back on the air, the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online on Spreaker across America in the afternoon on a Monday as we start a brand new schedule here on GJRB called the GJRB Sporadic Radio Schedule. That's where we set up programs, but they're all on a TBA basis, which means I won't promote the program until 2 to 3 days before we go on the air. And the reason for this is because I have a lot of other obligations other than this station. I have a lot of things that I do besides the station, and a lot of things that I help out in, and various things like that. So sometimes I might have to pull the program for something important with regard to my wife's health and mine, and various things that might come up that is more important than doing this show. So what I do is I set it up so that I'll still promote programs, but what's going to be is that each week is a different program on a different day. And a lot of days we'll be on the air, a lot of days we're off the air. Some days I'm going to pick that are off the air, we're going to add a program to it. And that's what I was doing that video about. Because what I was trying to do is show you the video in a video form on the GJRB TV YouTube channel and show you how that all works. And I just, things just got arrayed, and I'm trying to learn how to edit on YouTube. And that is a blast, because it is, if you want to edit on there, what happens is, if you want to get it, it'll jump back and start all over again. And it gets very frustrating. So I'm just kind of learning how to do edits on YouTube. It's not easy, believe me. It is not. I'm having a heck of a time with it. So I'm just putting that on delay until next month. And it will do a schedule update again, and I'll fully explain to you with a brand new updated video on what the sporadic schedule is and what it means. It means that we got the one schedule that I'll follow verbatim all the time, week by week. Each day will be a different program. Each program is scheduled in a little time slot. And then by the time I get, to these programs, some programs might not go on at the scheduled time. But if they're not prepped, they will not. So if they're not prepped, they're not going to be on the air. So that's the reason behind only promoting the program 2 to 3 days before it goes on. Because by that time, I will have prepped the program. I would have it ready to go and ready on the air. So that is how that's how that works. So just thought I'd let you know how that all is planned out. But gotta tell you, I like the schedule because it gives me a chance to work with different things, do different things with our station's program schedule, have more than one program on the air, or not more than one, but different programs on the air. And do something different each time, and it's do some different shows each week on a different day. This program each week on a different day. The Gary Russen program's on either Monday 1 week, Tuesday 1 week, Wednesday 1 week, and Friday 1 week. Okay, so and then we kind of shuffled programs around. And but like way out there in the last 7 days, those programs stay in their time slot on that third week of the month. But I have those off the air periods, and those off the airs on there, I could add shows later. So that's what that means. It's just doing different things with the schedule to make it interesting and to make people listen to the station, get listenership, and do stuff like that. So it's just what we're doing here, something new here on GGRB Online. Now, sporadic, like I said, means that I do shows in waves. And what it means is I have a bunch of programs all prepared right now. Those programs get fired off. When they're done and I run out of program material, then I start all over again. I get some more stuff. I start working on some different shows. And I start building up on these shows so that all I got to do is fire them off. All I got to do is go on the air with them with very little prep. And that's the whole idea behind it. So it's just the easier way of doing things. And I like it that way. It is. It just makes it a lot more easier. And it just gives me a chance to do things on this program a little differently, and get all that different programs on. So that's what I'm doing, and it makes it's just a different way of doing our show. And I hope you'll listen to this radio station as much as you can, whenever you can. And like I said earlier, I'm sorry about Rachel Ozzy Jarvis. I'm sorry you lost your internet, and I'm really hoping that you get it back, as I would know how I feel if I had to lose internet and not be able to broadcast to the station. I would really be severely depressed. Believe me, I'd be pulling my hair out, really. So I hope you make it through, and I hope that you'll be back. Let's take a look at our temperatures across America and some of the weather, and see what's going on across America here on GGRB Online, because it's now time again for Weather on the Fives. Yeah. Let's take a look at some temperatures and weather in the pretty much across America today. Starting in Madison, Wisconsin, you guys are 89 degrees. It's 88 degrees in Denver, Colorado, 89 degrees in Nashville, Tennessee. And I'm sorry, folks, that Pig was beat you. 67 degrees in Mankato, Minnesota right now. And 61 degrees and cloudy in Cookeville, Oregon right now. And we're going to get you more temperatures in more areas coming up throughout the afternoon. We'll give you some temperatures in various areas and take a look at some of those, especially up there where I just talked about that storm up in Minnesota. As a matter of fact, you guys I think that was Minneapolis, wasn't it? I think it was Minneapolis, St. Paul. We'll do something with them. But they had 80-mile-per-hour winds. You guys had some pretty nasty weather in your area. We'll do a Minnesota weather forecast coming up in just a little bit. But right now, let's take a look at Denver, Colorado at this time. Let's see what Denver's got. Okay, Denver, Colorado, you're 90 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Your winds are out of the south at 15 miles per hour. Your relative humidity at 17%. Your dew point 38, and your barometric pressure is dropping at 29.52 inches. And I'm looking at your radar. It's pretty clear. Don't see any precipitation in your area, but you got a lot of wind predicted for today. Partly cloudy, windy, high 89. Tonight, wind continues, 54. 0% chance of precipitation on both tonight and tomorrow for people listening in Denver. 80 degrees on Tuesday, 0% chance of precip. Tuesday night, 53, partly cloudy, no precipitation through the rest of the week. 84 degrees on Wednesday, partly sunny skies. Keep in mind that you want to be very careful if you're in around the forest areas, especially in the dry conditions, because, oh boy, I mean, I'm talking about making sure you're not dropping matches, okay? Because that's not good. That's not good. Be careful with that. Okay, Mankato, Minnesota, you're under a severe thunderstorm watch. You got some really nasty weather coming your way. I'm looking at your radar right now, and you've got some red coming in from the southwest, moving to the southwest, coming out of about east of St. James, heading into St. Peter. You've got some precipitation. Actually, it looks like I'm not sure exactly what direction that's going unless I hit weather in motion. Let's click out of that. See if I can hit weather in motion here. See if I can see where this is going. Pretty much. Let me see if we're seeing this. Waiting for it to come up. Let's see weather in motion. See where this is going. Oh yeah, look at that. It's moving to the northeast. So it's going to cross you guys in St. Peter pretty quick. And there's another line coming in right after, just about coming out of southeast and coming out of Fairmont. Fairmont. Coming out of Fairmont, you've got some really heavy precipitation that could hit you around, it should be hitting you right now around 2:50 Central Time. Coming out of Fairmont and Jackson. It's got a line of thunderstorms too headed northeast. So it's all headed your area. Once again, if you watch your local news and watch your weather very, very carefully and take heed to all warnings. So people listening in Mankato, Minnesota at this time, you're getting gonna get some nasty weather your way. So be prepared for that, okay? Because it's going to get nasty again real soon. So just be aware of that, okay? And getting close to the top of the hour. Of 3 o'clock in the Central Time Zone right now. 3 o'clock Central Time. And at the top of the hour, 3 o'clock Central Time, 4 o'clock East, 1 o'clock Pacific. This is GJRB, Clinton, Iowa. I'm Gary J. Russen. Let's take a look at the news this hour. And the biggest top news story last hour, Michigan man has been arrested for aiding a terrorist group, Hezbollah, and trading in explosives. His home was raided by an FBI 37-year-old, and I guess I pronounced this, Selmar El Debit. He's a Hezbollah payroll for about 10 years, and he exported a bomb. He's a very expert at bomb making, and he's a technical knowledge in explosives. And they're watching him very carefully. As a matter of fact, he was arrested for aiding Hezbollah and causing some real concern in Dearborn, Michigan.
Man accused of aiding terror groups, receiving training explosives.
Investigator Ross just live outside home. Ross, what did you learn?
Heather, Stephen, good afternoon. There was no answer at the Dearborn home behind me, but the man who may have lived here is now in FBI custody, accused of aiding one of the most dangerous terrorist groups in the world. 37-year-old Samar El-Debek is said to have been on Hezbollah's payroll for the better part of 10 years. His arrest was announced today, 1 week after FBI agents raided this Dearborn home, which is connected to today's announcement. The FBI describes El-Debek as an expert in bomb making, saying he had a high degree of technical sophistication when it comes to explosives, receiving training in the use of rocket-propelled grenade launchers. El-Debek is also said to have been sent on missions by Hezbollah, including to Panama, where he traveled to locate U.S. and Israeli embassies and to assess the vulnerabilities of the Panama Canal and ships in the canal. Shortly before his trip to Panama, El-Debek is said to have written on Facebook, "Do not make peace or share food with those who killed your people." In a separate case also disclosed today, the Department of Justice announced the arrest of a New York man, saying he was conducting surveillance of potential targets, including law enforcement and military facilities.
End times are upon us, and we need to know what's happening. Knowing the truth is to survive. There are lots of news events going on in the world that have certain significance to end-time happenings. Listen, as men and women gather to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy on the last 7 days. Uploaded as a podcast Wednesdays and run live every third Friday at 12 o'clock noon Central on GJRB.
And this is GJRB News. I'm Gary J. Russen.
No broadcast can survive with just audio alone. GJRB Spreaker will always there, but now GJRB has gone visual with the GJRB YouTube channel. Subscribe today and see live streaming of the Gary Russen program, Way Out There, sports page, and radio and television classics. Also, many other specials along the way too, including a video version of News and Comment and a video message from Pastor Ron Johnston from Christian Community Fellowship Church. Yes, GJRB is now visual. Subscribe to the GJRB YouTube channel. It's free. Just log on to YouTube and type in Gary Russen in the search engine. Coming soon. Watch or listen to GJRB on the new GJRB website, GJRB TV, on YouTube, on your computer, on your TV. Subscribe today.
This is GJRB News. I'm Gary J. Russen. The news continues throughout the afternoon here on the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online, as this is the Gary Russen program, GJRB's original news talk program. Maryland Attorney General Brian Frosh was filing a lawsuit alleging that there are violations that were made by President Donald Trump, saying that he doesn't appear to understand the care that he's making, that he's violating. He is violating a lot of the Constitution. Now, didn't they pick on Obama for this very same thing? We'll talk about that coming up. But it looks like there could be a lawsuit pending against him for this. And we're going to talk about that this afternoon in this next hour. But here's what the Maryland General said, Attorney General said about this lawsuit and why they're pending it on Trump.
He doesn't appear to understand or care about these violations of the Constitution that he swore to uphold and protect. He flouts them. He brags about them, and as we now know from his tweets, He has little respect for the rule of law, and he has little respect for the court's ability to enforce the law. We do not sue the President of the United States casually. I wish President Trump had addressed these issues, these violations himself, but he has not, and they must be addressed and remedied.
And so we're going to talk about that coming up this hour on the Gary Russen program.
5 million. Covered. Informed.
Now it's time for the Gary Russen program discussing the news, sports, other things happening in the world. You can talk to Gary live at area code 563-613-4260. In a sea of worldwide.
This is GJRB's station. This is the Gary Russen program. The Gary Russen program. GJRB's original news talk program. On GJRB, everyone. I'm Gary J. Russen. Welcome to the second hour of the Gary Russen program on GJRB. This hour, we're going to talk about that bit with a lawsuit against the president. We're going to talk about Bernie Sanders. And we're going to talk about what you want to talk about as well. In this next hour, we're going to do a free form all the way this hour. So you can come in, join, and horn in on the conversation. Area code 563-613-4260. And I'm going to open up my Skype right now, because I haven't opened that up yet. And we're going to talk about this. What do you think of what Bernie Sanders said about that? He said that us Christians are offensive. We're offensive. You know, he says that we're sitting there and we judge based on the other religions, and that he says that we're undefensible. He says that we are judgmental too. I mean, but then again, you're talking about Bernie Sanders. It's communist. Dead from the neck up, folks. Let's face it. The man is a outright it's communist. I don't like this guy. For some reason, do you ever think about this? Bernie Sanders, he kind of reminds me a little Yoda. He just does. Every time I see that man, he reminds me of Yoda. Don't ask me why. I don't know. It just does. Yeah, I don't know. My Skype's not working right. It keeps on flipping in and out. It doesn't want to. I don't know here. I might not do this if Skype's gonna not let me sign in. It's not letting me sign in. It just keeps on doing that. So I'm just gonna say heck with Skype because it's not working anyway. So we're just going to go ahead with cell and chat room. And you can leave your comments right here. All you got to do is drop in the chat room by going to the Spreaker public site where you find GJRB and then clicking the balloon icon and saying hi. I'd love to hear from you. And or you can call our GJRB cell and call and talk to me on the air. Area code 563-613-4260. And you can be on the radio with me here on GJRB. Or if you follow me on Facebook, just go into your chat room there, or that message area where it says your messenger. Just go in there and click that little camera icon. It's the icon, if I'm not mistaken. It'll send you up and you just call me that way. And it's more chance that your voice will come over the air that way too, because I've got this computer all lined into my mixer so that it comes over the air. So you can call me and be on the air with me and talk to me on the air live. That's simple. And come on, boy, what are you doing? Get out from under there. What are you doing? Stay out from underneath his desk. Our dog likes to go under the desk, and then he's going to get tied up in my wire. I had him on the bed 20 times today. And 20 times I'm going to keep on putting him on the bed. Lay down. Station mascot, you know. Anyway, oh yeah, last night, oh, look at this. This is why don't we do this? Because we are GJRB's original news talk program, so that means that we have not done this yet. We have not started this yet, and we have to do the scroll.
Scroll. Social media.
Yeah, that's where we go to social media, and we go down the line, and we find news stories to talk about. And we go down and we pick, we find things that people post, and we talk about it on the air here on the Gary Russen program. And we found a lot of them. And there's a video here of last night's win with the Pittsburgh Penguins winning the Stanley Cup yesterday. And congratulations to them once again. The Pittsburgh Penguins winning the Stanley Cup last night. And a piece of that. Here's a piece of that.
But not this year. Glassing a shot. Knocked down in front, picked up by Crosby. Lobbed down the ice. And the Pittsburgh Penguins have won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah. Pandemonium.
They are mobbing Matt Murray. He keeled over from the attack. The extras that have been a part of the practice.
They're just like jumping on each other here.
Enjoying all of the celebrating around the net.
Fantabulous.
There are only 6 members of this team that had ever won the Stanley Cup before. It is so new to the rest.
Terrific.
Out of the playoffs on December the 12th. The hottest team in the NHL from around Christmas time to the end, including this.
Fabulous.
But the chant of the home crowd is for their team. They are proud.
So actually, then when does the whole playoff start? I mean, when does it all begin? I mean, from Christmas? Really? I didn't think that would start that early. I mean, I don't know that much about hockey, how that works, but Stanley Cup that long? I don't understand that. Anyway, there it is. Congratulations to you on that one. Also, let's see. Ooh, look what's going on here. Skycam 9. This is out of Marengo, Illinois. Where is that? Marengo. Marengo? Is that how it's pronounced? Marengo. M-A-R-E-N-G-O. Marengo, Illinois. Reporting Megan Dyer of WGN Evening News reports at 4 o'clock a really bad storm. Where did this hit at? This is live footage, folks. I'm going to see if I turn the sound on, if there's anything on here. No, there's no audio, but oh boy, they had a devastating storm there. Marengo, Illinois. I guess, where's that close to? Anybody know? Marengo, Illinois. Where is that? No. Anyway, let's go down the line a little bit, see what else we can find here. And you're welcome at area code 563-613-4260. And we're just having a fine talk there. Oh, by the way, as soon as we get out of the half-hour break here about 3:30, we're going to do what I call we're going to do 45 minutes of nonstop talk. 45 minutes of nonstop talk, and we're going to leave it to you, the radio audience, to join in and have some fun. We're going to do 45 minutes of complete nonstop talk on our freestyle edition of the Gary Russen program today here on GJRB. So stay with me for that, and we're going to talk about what's going on across the country here on GJRB. Ooh, what's that? Oh, let's look at this picture. This is weird. This is coming out of a ABC News picture. A video capturing a snake slithering around a side view of a car, riding along on in Beaufort, Georgia. There is a snake on this vehicle as it's going down the interstate there. And it's slithering over to the side mirror, to the driver's side mirror. As this man's car, he drives down the interstate in Georgia, and it eventually crawled off the car on its own. But it's wrapped around the mirror, the side mirror on that car. He's lucky he didn't have his window open. I bet you he had his air conditioning on. If he had his air conditioning on, he's safe. Because this thing is slithering around the side mirror of the car. You can see it. It's like really freaky. Could you imagine driving down the interstate and seeing the snake slither around your side mirror? Oh man, that would be really wicked. Whoa. I mean, we're talking about, I don't know what kind of snake that was. If you have any idea, I mean, that, I would be, fortunately, unfortunately for me though, I have this now smaller Cavalier, and my air conditioning doesn't work. It blows more warm air than it does hot. It needs to be refilled with Freon. But if I was riding down the interstate and saw that snake, I think I'd be bitten. Oh boy. Anyway, we'll talk about what you want. Let's see what else is new. Let's go down the ways. See what else is going on here. Let's see. Plug it in. Where is this? This is back home, isn't it? Let me go. Why did it roll down too far? Oh yeah, this is back home in my home state, my home area, Western Pennsylvania, Beaver County. There was a black bear spotted in Brighton Township, in Beaver County, back home. Ooh, black bear spotted. This is posting. I'm gonna go back and see where. Posting coming from my friend Marlene. And Beaver County back home in Brighton Township neighborhood, bear spotted. Lay down. A bear was spotted. A person named by the name of Spataro would never have thought in the neighborhood of Barclay Hills, this Brighton Township, at about 2 in the morning, June 9th. Game camera in his backyard captured what looked like a 200-pound black bear. A 200-pound black bear. Wow. Let's see. Good, there's no audio on it. Anyway, they found this black bear. I guess, according to him, the check the card on the camera every 4 to 5 days and seen all sorts of wildlife in his backyard. Bear sightings was unusual, though, he said. He said that there's, quote, there's nothing for him to eat, unquote. Sparato called the Pennsylvania Game Commission and was told it was the first bear sighting in that area. The commission did not remove the bear since it did not pose any threat. But it was the first bear sighting in an unusual municipal location in that county, and most likely not to be the last. In April, a young bear was spotted crossing the bridge in Bridgewater. I think I talked about that on a recent show about 2 months ago. In that interview, in the Beaver County Times, according to the Times, Game Commission officer Matt Kramer said that the bears aren't causing any nuisance, typically aren't transporting out of the county. But he says he said bears take up an area of several miles to make their home. The bear population in Pennsylvania is growing in one of the most rapid rates of anywhere in the world. Kramer says, quote, the folks in Beaver County are going to have to get used to having bears in their county. Pennsylvania terrain provides a good habitat for them. In part, that's because of the environmental offers a reliable food source. Residents who encounter this bear should not make loud noises or try to appear large. Well, that makes sense. Doing so, though, could cause the bear to retreat. Wow. His backyard. I was watching that video. Bear is just like nonchalantly like going the course directions. Wow. Yeah. Can you imagine sitting there one day, and we have a lot of, where we're located here in our GRB studios, are like in the back area. When I look out my window, there's like a wooded area back here. Because we have a lot of trees. There's like a ditch down there. It's like small terrain. And behind, in there is like, it could be a creek if it rains hard enough. We've had water in there. It's run like a creek until it dries up. And then after a while, cats go down there, all that, but I have not yet, but would be surprised if I saw a bear in the back here. Oh boy. They tell I'm the one who takes my dog out. And he'd probably take it on too. Wouldn't surprise me. That dog could take on anything, or try to anywhere. I think he's big stuff. But to take on a bear would not be a smart thing to do. Believe me. Whoa. I mean, no, we don't want that. Oh, boy. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying the program. Hope you're having a good time. It's Gary Russen program on GGRB Online. We're doing a scroll through social media, kind of looking at Facebook. And we're going to go to Twitter next. And we're going to do 45 minutes of nonstop talk after this hard break here coming up at the bottom of the hour. And we're going to do some more talking here on the Gary Russen program here on GGRB Online. And we'll do some more weather on the fives. Dig up some more temperatures and more of that. And we'll do that next. Weather on the fives. And we'll get some more temperatures and taking a look at that Mankato weather. And we want to keep an eye on that because you guys listening in Mankato and around that area in Minnesota, you're headed for some pretty bad storms. I was watching the radar last hour, and it's covered. It's covered. And we want to keep an eye on that weather very seriously there. Severe thunderstorm watch for your area in Mankato area from 11:47 a.m. Central Daylight Time, Monday, June 12th, and it'll run until 7 o'clock tonight. And right now, your barometric pressure has dropped to 29.85 inches. So I'd be keeping an eye on your weather pretty, consistently, because it looks like it could get interesting later for you guys. But keep your eye on your weather, your barometer, but watch your local news, listen to your local news, and heed to any warnings that they were to announce, and make sure that you do, because it could get bad for you guys in your area. So be very careful. It's going to get pretty nasty in your area pretty soon. So I'll be keeping an eye on that weather forecast for you here on GJRB Online here on Spreaker. The Gary Russen program. I'm glad you could be aboard today, and I hope you're enjoying the program. We're going to keep on talking about all kinds of stuff and seeing what's going on around the nation, and keep on following the news, any late-breaking news and stuff as we go along this afternoon here on GJRB Online. And we'll keep you informed of what's going on. And this is freestyle, semi-freestyle show. The Gary Russen program will have some late-breaking news and some other stuff coming up in the next half hour of the program. And we'll do weather on the fives here in just a few minutes, and give you some national temperatures and stuff here, and keep on top of Mankato's weather as well. And we'll do Madison, Wisconsin coming up. We're going to do weather on the fives. Well, we do that right now. We're getting close to it anyway. Weather on the fives on the Gary Russen program. And let's take a look at Madison, Wisconsin this hour. You guys are at 88 degrees right now. and 88 degrees in Madison. Let's see here. As it goes over to Madison, we'll take a look at that. Here we go, Madison, Wisconsin, 88 degrees right now. Your winds are at a south-southwest at 11 miles per hour. Your relative humidity, 53%. And you have a large dew point. Looks like you got a pollen alert. Getting a lot of that, actually, in this area. It's been for a lot of people who have allergies and stuff. Not a pretty sight. So you're on a pollen alert there. Your dew point 69 degrees and your barometric pressure is 29.86 inches and mercury and dropping. Tonight, thunderstorms are expected for the area, or should I say today. Tonight, thunderstorms are expected. 69 degrees, 89 predicted high, 87 tomorrow. Partly sunny skies, 20% chance of precip tomorrow, 80% tonight, 20% tomorrow. Tuesday night, low 70. Thunderstorms, 40% chance. 91 for Wednesday for Madison, Wisconsin. And again, a chance of thunderstorms. And you have a good 80% chance of that occurring in your area. Looking at your radar at this time, I'm looking around Madison, Wisconsin along Route 90, going up into Sun Prairie and all that area. You are clear. There is no precipitation anywhere in your area at this time. So, but keep an eye on your radar here on the Gary Russen program. Other areas include Nashville, Tennessee. You're at 91 degrees right now in Nashville. Sweltering for you guys. Partly sunny skies, though, for Nashville. And you have winds out of the south at about 10 miles per hour. You also have a local pollen alert. 70 in the dew point, and your barometric pressure is pretty good, 30.03 inches, but it's dropping. And mostly cloudy is expected for you guys today. High 91 degrees. Partly cloudy tonight, 72 low. 20% chance of precipitation for today and tonight. 91 degrees for tomorrow, and partly sunny skies. 20% chance of precip. Tuesday night, 72. Partly cloudy, 20% chance of precip, 93% with a 93 degrees for tomorrow's predicted high, and a 50% chance of thunderstorms predicted for tomorrow for you guys in Nashville, Tennessee. So Nashville, right now along Nashville and around Nashville area, you have a clear radar at this time, all the way through your area. So wanted to say a big hi to Steve Cruz. Listening, but hey, we want to say hi to anybody, even though they might not be listening, because you never know, they might listen to the podcast later. Okay, so that's why I do that. Anyway, all right, you got the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online. I'm glad you could be with me today as we continue this fun show. And we've got a lot more coming up, so stay with me here at the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online on Spreaker across America. I hope you're enjoying the show. Looking at some sunshine here in our studios here at GJRB Online. It's 91 degrees here in Clinton. So, 91, it's getting pretty hot for us out here. So, want to do that. Keep an eye on our weather. And we're going to do another news update coming up right now here on GJRB Online. And let's see what's going on in the news today here on our Spreaker station. GJRB Online across America and around the world. I'm Gary J. Russen. Here's some of the stories we're covering for you in this hour. And, of course, GJRB, the Gary Russen program, GJRB's original news talk program. And Bernie Sanders saying that he thinks that he went up against Russell Rhodes in the stand concerning Islam. Sanders says that traditional Christians' beliefs are indefensible and insulting. Maryland Attorney General Brian Frosh is filing a lawsuit against allegedly that on amendments against President Donald Trump, and it doesn't appear to understand why the violations, his violations to the Constitution. We'll have these stories and more coming up for us. More stories on GJRB's original news talk program, the Gary Russen Program. Gary Russen, GJRB News on the half hour.